New Concept Video Sports presents high school videos like no other video media outlet in Northwest Indiana. We support our student athletes by offering all of our sports videos for free download 2 weeks following their posting. And this evening, it's high school basketball, when the Hobart Brickies host their neighbors, the River Forest Ingots. The River Forest Ingots, under the guidance of fourth-year head coach Derek Millenkoff, has done an exceptional job since coming over to the Ingots after spending 6 years as the Whiting Oilers head man. Coach Millenkoff has turned this small 2A school from the unknown to one of the better talents in the Greater South Shore Conference, where they now rank as one of the better teams in the region. Coach Millenkoff and his staff have not only turned things around at the varsity level, but also at the elementary and middle school levels as well. The Hobart Brickies under first-year head coach Michael Brown stand at 2-2 coming into tonight's action. Coach Brown replaced Mike Black, who had been the skipper of the Brickies since 2000 and has recently been named athletic director at Hobart High School and will take over for Bob Glover, who will be retiring following the school year. Head coach Mike Brown, a Hobart grad, came over to the Brickies after an assistant coaching stint with the Griffith Panthers, and he had been on Hobart's radar since the announcement that Mike Black would be stepping down, and thus far, he has been impressive. Next, it's Northwest Indiana High School basketball, when the River Forest Ingots take on the Hobart Brickies. We would like to thank our sponsors for making tonight's game and your free download possible. Doctors Tim and Lisa Mullally of Crown Point, the Law Office of Roy Dominguez in Maryville, J&J's Pizza Shack and their 7 Northwest Indiana locations, Oak Partners Wealth and Retirement Management in Crown Point and Valparaiso, and Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, where the athlete shops. We hope you enjoy the game. The River Forest Ingots out of New Chicago, Indiana will start Joseph Rembert, Davion Murray, Jalen Perkins, Alex Mosqueda, and Kyle Moore Jr. River Forest star guard junior Jordan Higgins will be sitting out today's contest at the request of head coach Derek Millenkoff. Michael Brown's Hobart Brickies will begin playing with Tyler Schultz, Sidney Ford, Julian Harvey, Ryan Ashlock, and Connor Mangeras. The tip was won by the Ingots. Then a loose ball and an on-the-line call will give River Forest another opportunity, this time from underneath their own goal. On the Brickies' first offensive set, a long three by Connor Mangeras that went off the rim, and a Davion Murray rebound. Back down quickly came the Ingots. Then a drive to the hoop by Joseph Rembert, whose shot was blocked by Connor Mangeras, but standing out of bounds with the ball was Hobart's Tyler Schultz, and River Forest will have another attempt. Next, it was Sidney Ford playing the passing lane for the Bricks, stealing the ball, then being fouled at the other end going to the hoop by Joseph Rembert, and he'll head to the stripe for a pair, with this game still tied at 0. Following turnovers at each end of the court, it was Joseph Rembert picking up the block pass out of the air, then quickly getting it down to Jalen Perkins for the basket and one. The missed attempt was finally controlled by the Brickies. Then taking the pass from the top of the key was Ryan Ashlock, and he drained the tray, and Hobart is back on top. Then at the River Forest end of the court, it was Alex Mosqueda trying to answer, but his shot went off the rim. And on the rebound, a Brickie foul. And again, the visitors will have another offensive opportunity. This time, a shot from behind the arch that was strong. But there grabbing the rebound and the putback was Joseph Rembert, tying the score at 4. Following a missed attempt at the Hobart end of the court, it was Ingot Alex Mosqueda blowing by his defender, then laying it in for the River Forest lead. Quickly came back the Brickies, then a shot that went off the rim. A 50-50 ball that was grabbed by Tyler Schultz, then a perfect bounce pass later, and a Connor Mangiaras basket. Then with some three-quarter court pressure by the Bricks, the Ingots were able to get the ball up court. Next, an unforced River Forest turnover, and Hobart will be on offense again. But at the other end, Hobart gave the ball right back with a turnover of their own. Next, for the Ingots, a shot from downtown that was no good. But there with the rebound and putback for River Forest was junior guard Jalen Perkins and a Michael Brown timeout. Following the timeout, the Brickies had the basketball and moving it around the perimeter until it found the hands of Sidney Ford, who fired up a three-pointer and nailed it, giving Hobart a 1-point lead. Then a near steal by the Brickies, but the Ingots were able to get the ball to Jalen Perkins, who went up for the shot, but was called for the charge, and the ball will go back over to the home team. For the Brickies, it was Julian Harvey dribbling to the baseline. Then with a nice spin move, dropped it in with his left hand. And Hobart has extended their lead to 3. Following turnovers at each end of the court, the Ingots had possession again. Once the Brickies were able to get control of the ball following the missed shot attempt, it was Ryan Ashlock driving to the paint before kicking it out to Julian Harvey, who locked in on a trade, then splashed it in. Next, the River Forest Ingots turned the ball over on a bad pass, but dodged a bullet when Sean Underdog grabbed the ball then took it to the basket before missing on the attempt, and the River Forest Ingots will try again. The pressure that the Brickies have put on the Ingots early on has paid off, when on River Forest's next possession, the ball was knocked loose, then picked up by Sidney Ford, who laid it in nicely. and Hobart extended their lead to 8. Another Ingot turnover on the Bricky pressure. This time it was Julian Harvey who took it all the way to the hole where he was fouled and will head to the line for a couple. Then on the inbound, it was Davion Murray taking the pass at the top of the key. Then one dribble later, he dropped it in off the glass and a needed Ingot score. On the inbound for Hobart, a Jalen Perkins steal, then a missed attempt. And right there for the rebound and turnaround jumper was Davion Murray, and his shot was no good. But on the rebound attempt, a Hobart foul on Sean Underdahl, and the Ingots will have the ball with 32 seconds left in this initial period. On this next sequence, a drive to the bucket and a shot that was a bit strong. Then a Hobart rebound, and they have a chance for the final shot. Next, a loose ball that was corralled by Jalen Perkins, and he took it to the basket and laid it in. Nicely done by the Ingot sophomore. That's the end of the first period of play, with the Hobart Brickies leading the River Forest Ingots 17-12. Back with second quarter action in 40 seconds.
Hello, my name is Dr. Tim Mullally.
And I'm Dr. Lisa Mullally.
We're the founding members of Indiana Sports and Medical Science Institute out of Crown Point, Indiana.
We offer both family practice services and sports medicine services. We see patients from age newborn all the way through geriatrics. If you're in need of a sports medicine physician or just a family doctor, give us a call today. We have same-day appointments. We hope to hear from you.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops. The Brickies have possession, leading neighbor River Forest by 5. And once again, they work the perimeter until Julian Harvey took the pass in the paint and laid it in. The Ingots' first possession of the second was uneventful, missing a tray, then a traveling violation, and the Brickies will be on the attack again. Next, for the Brickies, it was Sidney Ford grabbing the ball, then zigzagging through the lane and hitting the teardrop. Quickly, back the other way for the Ingots was Jalen Perkins, driving all the way to the hoop. But drawing the charge for Hobart was junior Jose Botello, and the ball will go back the other way. Then a lull in the action with uneventful trips up and down the court by each team. Finally, a whistle, and the Ingots will have the ball out of bounds, trailing by 9. After all of that, a steal and basket for Ingot Joseph Rembert, and River Forest needs to continue chipping away at this modest Bricky lead. Back down for the Brickies, it was Julian Harvey scooping up the loose ball and taking it to the hole where he was fouled, and he'll have a pair from the stripe. The Ingots on their next set got the ball down quickly to Jalen Perkins, who was fouled on the shot. And now he'll head to the charity stripe for a couple. At the Brickies end, a one and done, a Joseph Rembert rebound, and back come the Ingots. Then a near steal at the other end, and a Derek Milenkoff timeout. Play resumed with River Forest in possession. Finally, it was Alex Mosqueda with the ball at the stripe, and with a nice move dropped it in, and the Ingots now trail by only 4. On Hobart's next set, a Bricky turnover, and a steal by Jalen Perkins. Then once at the Ingot end of the court, Derek Milenkoff called another timeout to rally his troops, with his team only trailing by a couple possessions. Then on one of the nicest moves of the evening, guard Alex Mosqueda broke the ankles of his defender at the three-point arch. He then took the shot and nailed it, and now the lead is back to 1. Next, a loose ball that was picked up by River Forest. Then a scramble, and the ball went out of bounds, awarded to the Ingots, and a chance for them to recapture the lead. For the Ingots, it was Jalen Perkins weaving his way through the lane, then taking the shot that bounced off the top of the rim. Then on the rebound attempt, a Hobart foul on Sean Underdahl, and River Forest will try again. But on the possession, a charging foul on Ingot Alex Mosqueda will give the ball right back to the Bricks. It didn't take long for Hobart to return the favor, when on their next set, a backcourt violation will give River Forest another chance to take the lead. With 2 minutes left in the half, Ingot Alex Mosqueda locked it on a tray from way downtown, and nothing but the bottom of the net. And now River Forest leads by a pair. But the Brickies tied it on their next possession, when Connor Mangeris found Julian Harvey all alone underneath, and he dropped it in off the glass. Back the other way, it was Joseph Rembert with a teardrop from about 13 feet out. Next, a traveling violation on Hobart, and the Ingots have a chance to extend their lead before the half. Finally, with 7 seconds left, a drive to the basket, but the shot would not fall. Then a fight for the rebound that was grabbed by Julian Harvey, and he drove down the lane before dishing off to Connor Mangeris, who laid it in at the buzzer. And at the half, this game is tied at 26. A good first half here at Hobart High School. Back with second half action in 20 seconds. J&J's Pizza Shack of Northwest Indiana has a variety of dinners and sandwiches on their menu to satisfy any appetite. But for the best pizza in the region, featuring the kitchen sink, it's J&J's Pizza Shack and their 7 Northwest Indiana locations. Check out their Hobart location and their new dine-in facility, and watch sports videos from New Concept Video Sport. The River Forest Ingots have the ball to open second half action with this game tied at 26. But a one and done on their first set, and the Brickies have a chance to regain the lead. On the return trip, Sidney Ford took the pass in the post and was fouled on the shot, and he'll head to the stripe early in this second half. Next, for the Ingots, a nice give and go when Joseph Rembert fired a pass to Jalen Perkins, who got it right back to Rembert, and he laid it in off the glass. For the Bricks, Ryan Ashlock got those points back quickly when he nailed the tray, and now Hobart leads by 2. Then for the Ingots, it was Kyle Moore Jr. taking the pass. Then another give and go back to Joseph Rembert again, and to the basket. Back for the Brickies, it was Connor Mangeris taking the pass in the corner, and being left all alone, locked it on a tray, and nailed it in the seesaw battle. Following missed opportunities at each end of the court again, it was Hobart senior Connor Mangeris connecting on another tray, and another good look for the Bricks. For the Ingots, a one and done, and Hobart is on the attack again. On River Forest's next possession, a quick Hobart foul and the Ingots will have the ball out from the side, trailing in this one by 6. Next, it was Jalen Perkins on the dribble, splitting his defenders, and he was fouled going to the basket and will head to the charity stripe once again. The possession arrow call went in favor of the Bricks, but on the inbound, a nice steal and takeaway by Jalen Perkins, and the Ingots are on the move. But at the other end, a missed opportunity, a foul, and the ball will go back over to the Brickies. Then with 3:11 left in the third and still trailing by 5, another Hobart foul, so the Ingots will have the ball out from underneath their own goal. Following a missed shot at the Ingot end of the court, a drive to the basket by Hobart's Sidney Ford, and he was fouled and have a pair from the charity stripe. Another missed shot up close by River Forest, and a Hobart rebound. Still trailing by 7 with under 2 minutes to play in the third, Joseph Rembert saw the opening and drove to the lane where he laid it up softly and got the roll. And now we have a 2-possession game. Then at the other end, Julian Harvey beat his defender, drove the baseline, then laid in the reverse. Nicely done. Then on this next sequence for River Forest, a couple of open trays that didn't fall. Then a Mangeras rebound and a fast break opportunity for Hobart when Ryan Ashlock took the pass and laid it in. And now the Brickie lead is at 9. Again, another Ingot 3 that didn't fall. Then a Julian Harvey rebound, and he took it coast to coast for the basket and won. Back for the Ingots, another tray attempt that was off the mark. But fortunately for River Forest, right there with the rebound and putback was Milan Wendrix, getting his first points of the evening. The Brickies outscored the Ingots by 10 in that quarter and lead 45-35. Back with fourth quarter action in 40 seconds. Located in Maryville, the law office of Roy Dominguez offers compassionate, caring representation in personal injury and criminal defense. If you or someone you love has been injured, you can be sure the law office of Roy Dominguez will help alleviate some of the difficulties you are facing. Attorney Roy Dominguez wishes all Northwest Indiana athletes the best of luck this season. Bioak Partners Wealth and Retirement Planning in Crown Point and Valparaiso. They provide comprehensive investment consulting services with the goal of increasing their clients' wealth and protecting their financial future. Tune into their radio program, Making Finance Personal, every Monday morning at 9 on WJOB. The Ingots have the ball to open fourth period play, trailing by 10. But a quick Hobart foul on the rebound will give the visitors another opportunity from underneath their own goal. The Ingots scored when Jalen Perkins missed the shot. But there to clean it up for River Forest was Davion Murray, and the Hobart lead is down to 8. For the Brickies, and starting to feel it, was Connor Mangeras, who fired up a tray from the top of the key and knocked it down. On River Forest's next trip, a turnover, and Hobart has a chance to extend their lead. But Hobart on their next set gave it right back to the River Forest Ingots. For the Ingots, another one and done. Then at the Brickies end, it was Tyler Schultz lining up a tray of his own and dropping it through. And the Michael Brown-led Hobart Brickies are beginning to separate themselves from their neighbors. On the Ingots' next set, it was Davion Murray with the drive into the paint and the basket. On the Brickies' next opportunity, a loose ball grabbed by the Ingots and another quick River Forest timeout. Following the timeout, the Ingots scored on a perfect Moises Montez pass to Alex Monsqueta, who laid it in nicely. Following a turnover at the Brickie end of the court, the Ingots scored quickly when the ball found the hands of Davion Murray, and he nailed a long deuce and a needed Ingot basket, and now a Hobart timeout. Following the timeout, the Bricks got the ball down quickly when Sidney Ford found Tyler Schultz in the post, and he laid it in over a couple defenders. Trailing by 10, it was Davion Murray with the tray attempt that was off the mark. Then a fight for the loose rebound that went out of bounds and awarded to Hobart. On the inbound for Hobart, a touchdown pass on a play that seemed like everyone was in slow motion. From Connor Mangeras to Julian Harvey, who made the catch, then was fouled going to the hole. And a couple more from the line for the Bricks. Trailing by a dozen now, the ball found the hands of Jalen Perkins, who weaved his way to the basket and the deuce. Then on the inbound, an unnecessary foul on the Ingots. Their seventh will send Sidney Ford to the line for a one-and bonus. For the Ingots on their next possession, trailing by 11, it was a one and done, and Hobart is on the attack again. This time it was Sidney Ford beating his defender on the way to the hoop and laying it in with ease. Then with under 4 minutes to play in the game, it was Davion Murray splashing in a tray to cut the lead to 10. Next for the Brickies, following a traveling violation at the Ingots end of the court, it was Julian Harvey playing big today for Hobart, splitting a pair of defenders and laying it in. And Hobart has a comfortable lead with a little over 3 minutes left in this one. Then it was another one and done for River Forest, a Julian Harvey rebound. And once again, he took it coast to coast, and that was just too easy. For the Ingots on their next set, another tray attempt that bounced off the rim. Then for Hobart, it was Ryan Ashlock locking in on a tray, then burying it. And that could be the icing on the cake for the Hobart Brickies here tonight. For Hobart, a drive to the basket and foul will send Harvey back to the line. Next, a tray attempt that bounced off the rim. A Moises Montez rebound. Then a long pass down court to Alex Mosqueda, who caught the ball in stride and laid it in for the Ingots. Already leading by 15 with a minute to play, it was Riley Johnston getting in on the action, nailing a tray for the home team. Back for the Ingots, it was Jalen Perkins with the deuce. Well, the Brickies come away with a 16-point victory tonight, but it was a closer game than the score indicated. A nice win for first-year head coach Michael Brown and the Hobart Brickies, who now stand at 3-2 for the season. For Derek Milenkoff's Ingots, their record falls to 3-3, but each team is expecting great things from their programs during this campaign. Once again, congrats to the Hobart Brickies on their win here tonight. For New Concept, Videosports.com, this is Bob Guerrero.